ESPN. Analyst Jordan Reid releasing his mock draft 2.0 yesterday. A look at the top 10, which includes quarterbacks being selected with each of the first 3 picks, that being Caleb Williams to the Bears, Drake May to the Commanders, Jayden Daniels to the Patriots. We've seen some version of this.
Yes.
Just about everybody, the draft experts. Most of them, actually all of them, are placing a quarterback in Washington. But back to Adam Schefter. Yesterday on NFL Live, you brought up the thought of having a veteran quarterback in Washington. What is the thinking there?
Well, the thinking is that basically, as coach knows, new head coach, new GM, new front office, new ideas. And so I think they're open to any number of possibilities. And they're going through them all, frankly, to see which one they believe would be the most effective moving forward, whether that would mean signing a quarterback in free agency and then maybe auctioning off number 2, whether that would mean drafting a quarterback at number 2. I think they're trying to figure out what the best scenario is. It's not just a lock all of a sudden, okay, taking a quarterback at 2, let's not consider any of these other options. I don't believe that's the case. I believe they're looking at every option right now to see what they do. And ultimately, they may decide that sticking at 2 and taking a quarterback there is the best path forward for this particular franchise. But that's part of a new regime and the new decisions that they have to make, figuring out what the best course forward is. I'd be curious to know, if Coach were still there, what would be his quarterback plan if he was still there?
All right, Coach.
You know, the big thing more so than anything else that you have to look at is the style of offense they're going to run, though. You've got Cliff Kingsbury, again, a guy that likes the mobile quarterback, a quarterback that can move in the pocket, that can make the plays when they're downfield and throw the football. I think the big thing is you've got to have a mobile quarterback. So I really do think that's going to be, you know, one of these.
Who would that be, Coach, of these?
Well, Jayden Daniels, just because of the fact that, you know, everybody expects Caleb to go first. And so to me, if this is the style of offense you're going to have, you've got to have that type of quarterback, a guy that can, again, you know, move around in the pocket, hold on to the football, find guys downfield, and just send it downfield to make guys make plays.
Does his slight frame concern you?
Not necessarily, because he is a big guy. He's going to add a little bit of weight again. I think he's the kind of guy, though, that will fit what Cliff Kingsbury wants to do.
Yeah, when you look at Jayden, he's not Bryce, right? Like Bryce has a small frame and is also a shorter quarterback. Jayden's 6'3". Right, he has long limbs. He's extremely fast. He's worked his way around taking big hits. And you think about Cliff Kingsbury and the air raid. Jayden has the sort of skill set you want to play in that sort of offense. And also, the Washington Commanders have players on the outside to throw the football to. It was all about getting someone at that quarterback position that could handle what he was being asked to do. And when you look at Jayden Daniels and what he was able to accomplish at LSU last year, both inside the pocket with manipulating the pocket and also playing on time and then going above the X's and O's when things broke down, it was phenomenal and why he took home the Heisman Trophy. I think that would be an excellent pick for the Washington Commanders.
However, we have Adam floating this idea of, I don't know, Kirk Cousins, maybe a veteran, you know.
But you have to get one of those guys, though, Hannah.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean? Like, you know, like we can't start down the path of, okay, let's get Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
Right? If you're going to get one of these guys in free agency, it has to be the Kirk Cousins. It has to be maybe a Baker Mayfield. But once you get past those quarterbacks, please put your free agency quarterback finders back in the box, right? We don't need those guys anymore.
Well, I mean, Coach, you know all the folks there better than any of us do. I mean, what's your sense from that front office?
My sense is they're probably going to keep it and probably take the quarterback. I really think it's going to be, you know, a guy that, again, is going to fit really well into what Cliff Kingsbury wants to do. So I think that's important more so than anything else is they get the right guy for that offense.
Okay, Adam, what more can you add?
Well, I think to go back to the Kirk Cousins scenario, it's interesting because obviously he came from Washington initially. So, again, what would that second pick be worth? And then you say, okay, well, if we're allocating $45, $50 million a year to Kirk Cousins, how many ones do we get back in return for that second pick? And look, it'll be no surprise at all if they stick it to and take a quarterback. Not a surprise at all. All I'm saying is they are going through the options to figure out what is best for this team to do. It's not a lock that they're going to stick it to and go take a quarterback. That very well may be the scenario in the end, but they're going through their options as we speak.
Well, that is one thing I most certainly did learn being around Josh, and that is Mr. Harris is going to go through the entire exercise, and he is going to make what he really has believed is going to be the best decision. I mean, he is a very thorough guy. I know Dan Quinn's a very thorough guy, and I think these guys are going to get together as a group, and they're going to make the best decision.
I can't imagine if he goes back to D.C. You like that?
I don't right now. I say go take the young guy, start it over.
All right.